What's good, world? It's your boy Mastermind Man. We are back, man. This is Rgtv, and this is the Joint Show, man.
What's going on, man? It's your man Ladell Sosa, LEG Unplugged.
And this your boy Fred Freeze. I'm sitting in once again with these two dudes.
Frizzle.
Yeah. Man, before the last show, man, we was talking about Nintendo, man. But we gonna really go in and have an open debate.
Yes.
PCs versus consoles. This episode is gonna go for at least 5 episodes long because I got some more people coming in from Rgtv that's also PC.
Yes.
And they want to talk about consoles.
No.
So I got some PC people and some console people. So this is the cast episode 1, PC versus console. We're gonna let you go first, Mr. PC man.
Here's my thing. It's like I said, the primary reason why.
All right. No, not all right.
But the primary reason why PC, the reason why we have consoles is so that you can have hardware, pretty much. Okay, let me go back. When all of this stuff started out, your PCs couldn't run the games the way they should run them. You didn't have the graphics cards. You didn't have all this other good stuff that was going on. And it would cost you a mint to do all of this. Well, they basically, as graphics started to develop and get hot and all this other stuff, you end up with the PC. I mean, with the console industry. So the console industry said, we're going to make a simple machine that does nothing but play video games, and it's going to do everything you want, and you're going to be able to use your TV, and you'll have your graphics, and you'll be great, and that's it. And you ain't got to pay all this extra money. We're going to bundle it all down for you. And this is way before, because at that time we got cartridges and stuff. It's not like you're gonna be able to just openly steal it. There was no internet or anything like that going on at the time. So that's where we started. Now we're kind of like almost in the buggy whip days, because at one point, where the buggy manufacturers are becoming obsolete, but they're still sticking around. We're going down that line. Now I'm totally not against consoles, but I'm totally against kind of the way consoles are being kind of devious right now. Because what they're doing is they're basically giving us new consoles with new rollouts ever so often, just so we can spend more money. You see what I mean? And now I know why they're doing it is because we're in the PC age, fully owned in the PC, where people will take games and they'll do all this other stuff. Like when we made it to the mid part, after the first wave, there was a time in which if you had a console, you could build a PC that could compete with a console, but the problem was you would have to spend a lot more money. So they had you priced there. But now the cost of building a machine is cheaper, and it's getting in line with the cost of the console. So now, I'm sitting up here like, okay, unless you're doing like some kind of crazy Alienware box that's going to be like next level, that it's got like 3 levels of heating and cooling on it, and it's got all this other stuff going on, I just don't see how you square things away. Now, you got certain properties in there, but I know the reason why we're here now is largely because of copyrights and intellectual property. And, when it comes down, you can get controllers now that are, that can work at the rumble level and so on and so forth as the technology is being developed by the game systems. You can get graphics at a high level, and you've been able to get graphics at a high level on computers because you can get it specialized just for that. These machines are built strictly for that. The only problem is, the only drawbacks on PCs is for those people who don't know how to take care of their computers. And they're out here doing everything online, and they're playing, like, that video game computer needs to be more so taken care of as a part of your household. And I still say Bill Gates wants to do this. Bill Gates wants to control your household. So I'm like, I know I'm rambling, but I'm just giving you some history on it. So I don't know why we just don't make the jump and just all go full PC at a certain point. But I know why they don't make the jump, because companies would lose money, because now we're in this point where people will steal games, and it'll be easier to make games, and you'll lose the money on the hardware side, even though you won't lose the money on the manufacturing side, but you'll lose this type of money unless they just started making their own PCs or their own machines that they admitted was computers and were adaptable with other computers. You know what I mean? they could do that. But that's all I'm asking. I'm like, when are we gonna make that leap? Because right now it feels like we're in this endless silo of, hey man, all right, it's 3 years from now. It's time for the new whatever. Ready to shell out $300 or $400, and we haven't even put a bunch of games in it. Do you remember back when you had like a Nintendo, and that Nintendo had like how many games? That thing had like almost 100 games. That thing had almost 100 games. Now I'm not asking for 100 games, but I'm like, damn, can I at least get about 40?
Can I get a good 40?
That's all I'm asking.
Give me a good 40. I'll take a 50. I say, Fred. Fred's on the phone right now. I'm in the studio with Mastermind. I've not been here a long time, but the time I shared is very important. Sit down, Fred. Sit down. Commercial break.